It was a time that we look back in the history and we realized that we had to do what we had to do.
Fighting for a national holiday to be recognized.
My generation was taught it's okay to complain, but roll your sleeves up and see what you can do to make and bring forth the positive changes. That's in connection with Dr. King was talking about.
More than 30 years ago, a small group of leaders in Henrico made a plan to have the county honor Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Initially, we were surprised to learn that Henrico had not adopted the King holiday.
We had to come up with a strategy to get Henrico County to adopt, the King holiday as a official holiday for the schools.
In 1987, the Henrico County Civic League put together a petition and had it signed. They then took it before the Board of Supervisors.
We thought we had won.
During that time, there were still high racial tensions and a lack of diversity and inclusion.
And that's why we were noticing that, Henrico did not include all of its people. There was a time when we didn't have any African principals.
A news report came out one afternoon and it said that the board had rejected the King holiday. And then it said, strangely, the black leaders who were asking for the holiday did not appear. Well, we didn't know anything about it.
And that's when they began to really push for change.
They would use the device of having the county give us more information about how come we don't have any African American principals? How come we don't have as many African Americans in certain departments with the county? And so we saw there's a need then for political action.
Keep that dream alive!
We had marches, we had forums, we had press conferences.
I don't know how we did this, but we actually got parents to keep their kids out of school. And some of them would actually take the kids to school and go back and get them and bring them to the holiday.
For the first year celebration, they held it on their own, a day the league says they could never forget.
The crowd was just, it was just too much. It was a cold, rainy day, and people were outside the windows.
For 2 years, the Henrico County Civic League continued to push for more inclusion, and then finally,
there were 3 new members who came on the school board, and this group was more open to a King holiday. There was one member who said, well, I know I can't stop you, I can't win, I'm just one vote.
In 1989, they relented and agreed to let us have it as a recognized holiday.
a fight they know was well worth it in the end.
That first day that we had the recognized holiday, people were all around the walls. In fact, the fire marshal came and told us that somebody had to leave. We couldn't have all those people.
History made in hopes of keeping the memory of Dr. King alive.
When you look back at the history and the struggle, and I mean that was a struggle. Well, was not a struggle. I mean we were struggling, but it wasn't to that degree. Nobody should ever forget that, and we want to make sure our kids don't forget that, and why Dr. King needs to be honored.
To show the next generation what was done before them and what can be done after.
It's on you now. What you have to do, You stand on our shoulders, but it's something that you must do, and then this is great, and our mission has been accomplished.
Over the years, the MLK Commemoration Celebration has become a well-known event in Henrico. The list of speakers to have shared words of inspiration range from music composers, legislators, to even those who knew Dr. King. All of this to make sure his legacy never dies. Working for you, Gabrielle Harmon, CBS 6 News.